Hey guys, but another quick no nonsense guide. I'm going to cover 7 mounts that are very easy to get in the Midnight expansion, and for this I'm going to start with the Relinquished Scarlet Charger. Now you get this from doing the main storyline as you go into Midnight, and you get it very early on, so all of you should already have this. I'm going to show you next ones now. Okay, the second mount is this Ancestral Warbear, and for this we need to come to Zulaman, come down to the bottom of the map, and between these two big hills you will see this tree. You know if it's the right tree because you'll see this guy just above it. And in order to get inside, you just want to wrap round to the left. And once you go inside, you're going to click on the coffin, and it's going to tell you to pretty much unlock 4 urns. Now, I'm going to show you all 4 quickly on the map. So there's one up here. There's one down here, just between that gap. The third one is up here, and then the fourth one is just there. I'm going to show you all of them in person, just so you know exactly where they are. So let's start with the one up here, and then I'll cut to the other 2 at the top. There's basically this little hill right in front of you. What you're going to do is you're going to click on all 4 urns. There's going to be a mob that comes out. You're just going to kill it. That will then activate the urn, and then you just go do the other 3. The next one is over here. Just on this little island between the water. Again, click on the urn. Now the other 2 are at the other side of the map as I showed you, so I'll cut to them now. The third urn location is right here. As you can see on the map, we're just here in this red area, and it's right by the corner of this path. There we go. The 4th urn location is just here on the top right hand side on this island just here, and it's right there. Okay, the third mount is called the Unstable Shredclaw, and for this you're going to come over to Voidstorm, going to come down to this area near Locust Point, and then you're going to enter this cave, and you're going to do a little puzzle basically. Now it can be a little bit buggy, so what I would suggest is wait for the circle to just about to disappear, like this, and then run as you're about to touch it. Otherwise, for some reason it's delayed, it respawns behind you and stuns you. You're going to get here, you're going to click the egg, and that'll be the mount. The next mount is called the Untainted Grove Crawler. Now this is really easy. What you want to do is come over to Harandar, come down to the Fungara village, and you're going to make your way over to this section I'll go to now, which is just in this gap. Right here where this door is. You're going to click on a mallet, and you're going to get a 5-minute buff. And then what you want to do is basically just come exactly where I just come from. You're just going to go straight across this little lake. And then right to here. What you're going to do then is you're going to click the gong, and then a cache is going to appear. You're going to loot it, and you get the mount. The next mount is called the Ruddy Spore Glider. For this, you need to come over to Harandar, come to the bridge in the top left. Underneath will be a chest. If you click on it, you will need 100 crystallized resin. Now to find these, this river that we're on, from the top to the bottom, you just want to fly above it. Now, I would suggest turning your water details down to low, and then looking from above until eventually you see like sort of like a purple outlined egg. Now sometimes it's easier, there we go, sometimes it's easier to walk along the bank, sometimes it does spawn around the edge as well, so just make sure you have a look. Now when you open it, you have a chance to get between 2 and 7, these things right here. Now they are contested by people, so if someone picks it up, you'll only have a limited amount of time to also grab it, otherwise it will despawn. Now once you have all 150, you're going to go back to the bridge. Open the chest, and that's the mount. I'm going to show you the next one now. The next mount is this one right here. Now for this, you need to come to Harandar, where we were before the last mount. And you will have to do this cauldron that we did for the last mount as well, because you need to get an achievement called Treasures of Harandar. And for this, what I would do is I would download the handy notes, and this will show you all of the chests around Harandar. You need to basically do all the ones that show up on the map. There's 2 that are quite a pain to do. One is down here on the left. I'm going to show you how to do this one. You're just going to go into the cave on the right and pick up these 2 items. And then make your way up through that hole if you can jump up. If not, just walk back to the front. And go up the left side. And you need to grab this, but if you click on it, it says you need a fizzing fluid. So just click on this. Press that, and that will give you a fizzing fluid, and then you can pick up this. And that'll be that one done. This will give you a little pet. And then the next one that's annoying to do is this one right here. So let's go over there. Now, as we approach, you'll see these 3 big rocks, and what you need to do is go up to the top of each of them. And at the top of each one will be these little sort of urns you need to click on. My guy stops flying. Right, there we go. And a spirit will come out. Now, you need to give them an item. So next to each rock down below, you should see on the handy notes these little dots. These are the items. So behind this one down there is a dagger. You basically want to pick this dagger up. And go straight back up to the top without going into a flower. Now, once the spirit comes out, you're just going to hand the item over, and that's that bit done. You then need to go over to the next rock and do the exact same thing. So below this one on the right, again, handy notes will show you. Just here is the next item. Again, travel back up the rock and hand the item in, and then the third one, you might as well just go straight across. And as you can see, the last item's just there. Again, go up to the top and hand it in. Once you've done all 3 spirits, you can then go down into this middle section. You'll see 3 spirits hovering above, and there'll be a chest in the water. Just grab that, and that'll be the mount. There we go. The last mount is called the Crimson Dragonhawk, and for this you need to do the achievement Midnight Glyph Hunter. I've not yet done it, but this is the achievement. All you need to do is go around all the midnight zones, collect all of the glyphs with the mount, and that'll be complete. It's the brilliant petal wing this time. We need to do an achievement called Light Up the Night. This is fairly simple. We're going to have 4 different sections, 1 for each zone. We're going to start with Forever Song, which is Eversong Woods. The first 3 are to collect all the treasures, kill all the rares, and explore the area. So if you download handy notes, you're going to go around to every skull, which is a rares. You're going to collect every rare, which is the chest, and you're going to explore the whole area. The next one is going to be called Ever Painting. Again, if you have the handy notes and you look around, you'll see these little green squares. These are the paintings. Go around and interact with all of those. The next one is going to be called Runestone Rush. Now, this is on rotation. I think it changes pretty much every day. You're just going to look on the map again if you have handy notes, and you're going to see this rune symbol. Now, there's going to be 5, and you basically need to interact with all 5 of them and do what it needs to do. So make sure you come in, check, and see if there's a new one up the next day. All that sort of stuff. If you've got a different server, log over to a different server, see if it works that way. And then the last one is called The Party Must Go On. So for this, you need to start a quest in Silvermoon that activates this thing right here, which is down in Febreze Village. You then need to speak to this guy, and you need to invite all of these. So Magisters, you got the Blood Knights, Fast Riders, and the Row. You can only do 1 a week. Even if you log on to another character, it doesn't count. It'll still just keep it on the one you already chose. So each week you need to pick a different faction for 4 weeks. And there we go. That'll be that part of the achievement done. Okay, the second part of this achievement is going to be called That's On Folks. We need to come over to Harandar. Now, as always, we're going to kill every rare in the zone, pick up every rare item. So the skulls are the rares, the rare items are the chests. But I've already done them all. There should be a chest somewhere. You already know what they look like. It's fine. Then you need to explore the whole area as well. That'll be 3 of the achievements done. Treasures of Harandar, leave none behind, and explore Harandar. Then we're going to do Legends Never Die and Chronicler of Haranir. So we're going to come over to where I am now. Go into this building, pick up the weekly quest and pick one of these. You need to do all of them. You can come on an alt and do a different one. I'd start from the right and make your way all the way around. What you need to do, once you've done that, is pick up this quest and basically do the whole thing. Now, the 3 items for this achievement right here are going to be found throughout each one. There's 3 in each one. I'm just going to show you quickly what they look like. I'm not going to do the whole quest because I don't want to bore you with that. So once you've clicked on this,
when the Haranir first walked this land, they met no welcome, only fangs.
Obviously each quest is different, but you're looking for these. Now they'll be marked on the mini-map. You're going to click on them, and you can see this is part 1. This guy needs to shut up. Right. Now the other ones are in the cave. I'm not going to go get them because I need to actually progress the story in order to find them. But this is exactly what they look like. They've just disappeared now, but you saw them. They're little scopes. And throughout the whole quest, you will see them, and you just need to pick up all 3, and that'll be that part done. The other part of the quest that I mentioned, which is Legends Never Die, you just need to do every single one of them once and complete the quest. That's it. The next one's called Dust a Moth. You need to pick up 120 moths in this whole area. Now, if you have handy notes, you won't see them on the main map, you'll see them on the mini map. If you fly around, you'll see these little blue circles. These are the glowing moths. Just need to jump down and pick them up. You need to pick up 120. The next one's called No Time to Pause. It's a world quest. Now, it's not currently up because it'll be right by the stable master outside the building we were at. You'll see it as a normal world quest, right? So if this is up here, there'll be a mount that you can mount, and then that's pretty much how you do it. You just finish that, and that'll be No Time to Pause complete. The last one is going to be from the cradle to the grave. All you need to do is fly up to the centerpiece here in the sky. That's it. Now, once you go high enough, it's going to teleport you out. It's going to teleport you to a grave, and that'll be that one done as well. That's the second part of the achievement done. I'm going to show you the next part now. The next part of the achievement is called Making an Amani Out of You. The first 3 are Treasures of Zalaman, Explore Zalaman, and Tallest Tree in the Forest. Fairly simple. You're going to come over to Zalaman. You're going to kill all the rares in the area, pick up all the rare chests, and explore the area. Fairly simple. The last 2 are going to be called Abundance and Altar of Blessing. For Altar of Blessing, come to this corner, speak to this guy to do the quest, and you're going to unlock the blessing right behind you. You're going to click on the altar, pick all the blessings, and basically do every single combination and activate them. So whatever it says to do, you need to activate all of them. In order to unlock them, you do quests, do a bit of fishing for some of them. This one's a fishing one. I'll do a full guide on that later on. I don't want this video to be too long. Then the last one's going to be called Abundance. So what we need to do is come over to this building right here. You're going to start the Abundance quest line, and he's going to take you to the other end of the map, which is over here. Okay, once you're here, complete the quest. Okay, once you're here, get your weekly, get all your quests, speak to this person, go inside, and you're going to do the Abundance inside. It's fairly simple. You're then going to go to Eversong Woods, Harrendar, and Voidstorm, and do all those as well. I have a full guide on that coming out shortly as well. That's that part of the achievement complete. Let's do the next part. Okay, the last part of this achievement is called Yelling into the Voidstorm. We need to come to Voidstorm, obviously. We need to kill all of the rares, pick up all the rare chests again, and explore the whole area, and that will cover 3 of the achievements, which is the Ultimate Predator, Explore Voidstorm, and Treasures of the Voidstorm. Now, a singular problem, this is this event right here. You're going to come over here to do all 3 waves, as you can see. All 3 waves. And then the last one is going to be called Thrill of the Chase. There we go. What you need to do is you need to fly up as high as you can until it says you are being chased. So let's just go up. It'll say you're being chased by the Hungering Presence. Eventually. And what you need to do is try not to drop too low because it will disappear. But you basically just want to run away from it for 60 seconds. So just, if you're only good at dragon riding, go down a little bit, pick up a little bit of speed, go up. Just make sure that it doesn't disappear. He's basically going to follow you. You're going to evade him for 60 seconds, get the achievement, and there we go. That'll be the mount. I'm going to show you the best way to find the Nether-Warped Drake. The drop chance is extremely low. There's no easy way to find it. You can find it from fishing up the chests. So you can just do normal fishing in Eversong Woods, Zalaman, Harrendar, that sort of thing, and eventually fish up chests, and inside that chest you have a chance of finding them out. But the best way, in my opinion, is to come to Voidstorm, and you're going to look for these things here. They're called oceanic vortexes. Now, you can just fly around and find them, but I found the best way to get them is if you do a macro, can't spell, and you do /target, hyper compressed ocean target, and it will basically, as you fly around, if you just spam that, eventually it will like pinpoint one. So there's one here, they last 5 minutes, so you can fish in it for 5 minutes till it disappears. And then once you basically have depleted it, if you just keep spamming the target, there we go, it will target on the mini map. You better fly down and fish. Now you have a chance of finding the mount in the actual vortex itself, and then in the chest eventually when they come out, so you get a double chance. Again, it is extremely rare. You cannot level up your fishing here, so I would suggest getting high fishing before you come here, because it lowers the chance of finding greys. I've got over 200, but I'm lazy. Also have this fishing rod and this fishing helmet to basically help me get as much perception as possible. I'm going to show you the easiest way to get the echoes of Aln'Sharan, especially as a solo. Now, in order to do this, you do need to complete a quest in Harrendar. So you want to come up here, come to the top right. On the other side of this bridge will be a lady with some quests. The 2 quests are called Tales of the Sky and Chores. They're a very short quest line. It's then going to lead you up to here. You're going to hand the quest in and you're going to get 5 sky shards straight away. That's how you know you're doing the right quest line. Now, this isn't account bound, so you can come on 50 ults, whatever it is you want to do the quest over and over again and keep getting 5 sky shards. That's a very good way of doing it. They are, as you can see, warbound, so you can trade them across your characters. Now, another way of doing it is go to Group Finder, search for sky shards, and you can join a group and do it. The way I've been doing it, and the way I suggest to do it, especially if you are a solo, is you just want to come down to the Grudge Pit Delve, and I'll show you what to do when we're there. Okay, once you're here, do the delve on tier 1. Another thing, you can get sky shards from doing literally anything in Harandar. You can go in the raid when it comes out, do the dungeons, do the delves, or just kill ads, do the quests, whatever it is you want to do. World quests, kill rare elites, loot the rare boxes. Everything has a chance at giving you a sky shard. The other reason I suggest this is because it's farmable. It's very, very quick. I would suggest doing it in DPS and not tank like I am, because it takes me a lot longer to kill the mobs than it needs to.
Stay here and
There's pretty much a rare nearly every time you come in here, so just make sure you grab it.
I'll take that.
And I'll kill all these, and I'll show you what I get at the end. There we go, they're all dead. Loot up. I didn't get any sky shards that time, obviously, because I'm recording, but I did forget to record just a second ago, and as you can see, I got 4 sky shards from that run. Annoyingly, I didn't get any from that run, but it didn't take very long at all. As I said, I suggest doing it in DPS because tank's just going to take a lot longer. It's just going to be a lot quicker. Once you have the 500 sky shards, we need to go back up to this bridge, so I'll meet you there. Okay, once you're back at the bridge, go up to the top here where you handed the quest in earlier. You'll have an extra action bar. You're going to throw the sky shards into the water and get a buff. The next thing to do is to find the mount flying around the top. It looks exactly like this mount right here. If you can't find it, do /target and then just write the name of the mob down basically until it targets it. But it should be quite easy to see. It's quite big. Don't go too high up because for some reason it resets you down to the ground. Hopefully we'll see it soon. Okay, there it is in the distance. Now, you'll have an interact button like a cogwheel. I don't know if you can interact with it while on the mount. If you can, just fly up to it and click on it. If not, what you want to do is just go a little bit above the dragon, come off your mount and click on it on the way down, and that will give you the mount. Okay, the next mounts I'm going to cover are the 8 mounts you can get from the rares. There's 2 in each zone. So if you get yourself handy notes, you can see these skulls. These are all the rare spawns. Go around and have a look. Now, the 2 in this zone are called the Dragon Hawk and a Hawk Strider, and we're in Eversong Woods. In Zalaman, if you can highlight over, you can see you can get Sharp Talon and a Pango. In Harandar, we can get ourselves a Petal Wing and a Grimlynx, and then in Voidstorm, you can get yourself a Stormray and a Harrower. That's just from killing the rares, so over time you will accumulate them. Now I want to cover basically the quartermasters of each area have 2 mounts. We're going to start with the Silvermoon one. It's actually not in Silvermoon, it's down in Febreze Village. It'll be marked on handy notes, again with this, as you can see, quartermaster. The 2 mounts you can get from this one are going to be this one and this one. I'm going to show you the next ones now. Okay, the next one is the Zalaman Quartermaster. It's just down where we are right now, inside this hut. The 2 mounts you're looking for is this one and this one. Okay, the next Quartermaster location for Harandar is just where we are right now, at the den. Far side, you'll see the Quartermaster right here. What you're going to do is you're going to talk to them, and the 2 mounts you're looking for this is this one and this one. Okay, the last 2 Quartermaster locations are in Voidstorm. If you take the portal to Voidstorm from Silvermoon, it will bring you to this location here. And just down here, you'll see the first of the 2 Quartermasters in Voidstorm. Come to the end, your 2 mounts are right here. I'll show you the next one now. Okay, the last Quartermaster, again, is in Voidstorm, as I said. Now, if you look up here, this is the PvP area where you do the PvP world quests, the PvP quests. Now, next to the Flight Master, you'll see the Quartermaster right here. The 2 mounts are these 2. There's another mount that you can also get. Once you get to max rep, every time you fill up the rep bar, you'll get a chest, and it has a chance to contain this mount right here. I'm showing you next ones now. The next 2 mounts I'm going to cover are the Prey mounts. All you need to do is come to Silvermoon, come to the inn. As you go towards the innkeeper, just turn left, then make your way down this ramp. Now, as you come in, turn left, and the vendor is here. I have a full Prey guide on my channel if you want to know how to do it. And that's these 2 mounts here. Basically, all you need to do is a quest to unlock it. Then you're going to unlock normal and hard, and eventually nightmare. You're going to do all of these, and you are going to be awarded with the currency you need to buy the mounts, which is these things right here. Remnant of Anguish. There we go. Okay, coming back to this section where we were before, you want to come to Eversong Woods, and you're going to want to do this world event. Once you pick up the quest, you're going to be able to pick a faction. You need to get your rep up with every single one of these factions to unlock an achievement called Life of the Party. This will give you the Umbral Dragonhawk, which is this thing right here. Okay, we're back at Abundance. I covered this earlier on in the video for a different mount. What you want to do is find out which Abundance is active. So for me, it's this one over in Harrendar. You're going to come down here. There will be a vendor. Now, I'm pretty sure these vendors are active on all the Abundance entrances, but there's no point going to the ones that aren't active. There we go. These are the two mounts. In order to get these, you need Unalloyed Abundance. So you're going to talk to the, I'm assuming this is, I'm just going to call it Squirrel because I can't be asked to work out what it is. Now you can press Harvest, but you won't get any rewards. You want to do the Abundance Harvest. So in order to do this, you will need Shard of Dundun. Now you can get this from Gathering Professions. You can get a couple from quests. And you can also get it if you have the Handy Notes, going around and collecting all the rares and killing the rest. There we go. The next two mounts are in Harrendar. We're going to come to the den. Next to this bridge is a vendor called the Mothkeeper. Now, if you look through, there's a bunch of cool stuff, but we're looking for the two mounts, which is this one and this one. Now, you can see it needs Luminous Dust times 10, but actually, if you highlight over them, you need to find all 128 glowing moths in the area. Now, download Handy Notes. It won't show you on the main map, I don't think. I don't see them on here anyway. But if you fly around on the mini-map, you'll see these blue dots. You cannot miss them. You're just going to fly towards them, and that's going to be the moths. And you need to pick up all 120. There we go. You're going to get a Luminous Dust each time you pick it up. You get an achievement for getting all 120, and then you can pretty much buy everything off the vendor. There we go. Okay, the next mount, what you want to do is come to the Void Storm, and we're going to do an achievement now. You're going to come to this area. If you take any of the teleporters, it will bring you here. You're going to talk to the Quartermaster we covered earlier on, and start a quest called Researching the Storm. And what you need to do is come back every week until you fully unlock this console. That will give you an achievement called Staring into the Void, which will give you a mount called the Lab-Grown Stormray, which is this thing right here. There we go. Okay, the last few mounts I'm going to cover, one is the Harrenir mount. You just need to unlock Harrenir. There's a quest here. You're going to pick it up and hand it in. It's really that quick. And you're going to get the Ivory Grimlinks. The last two mounts are going to be in dungeons. So Windrunner Spire Mythic, you can get this Hawkstrider right here. And then Magister's Terrace. There we go. There's another Hawkstrider. There are other mounts coming in Season 1, so I will do an updated video when that comes out. But for now, that's all the mounts. As always, guys, so look up for your day. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.